25% on a 30-year loan. I've been in this business for the last 30 years. So I've done the rates for most of that time and prepared the rates for wherever I worked. And this is the lowest I've ever seen during my work experience. So I know it's not going to go on forever, but we need to enjoy it while it's here, take advantage of it while it's here. So the rates are really low right now. There are still loans out there. There's still money out there. If you're hearing economists say, and I heard one today, I went to a meeting today and an economist was there and he said, mortgage lenders don't have any money to lend. They're not lending any money and nobody can get a loan. That's not true. You can get a loan and we're lending money every day. So there are places you can go and get a mortgage loan, get a good mortgage loan. We can go into some of the products if anybody is really interested in that. But the main thing I want to get across today is the main thing you need to do is just follow the steps. Learn what you need to learn about your budget. Get everything taken care of as far as your credit is concerned. And at that point, when you get there, then you want to go into a financial institution. I would love for you to come to us, but if you go somewhere else, that's great too, just so that you go and make a loan so that you can get a house. Pre-qualifying is good, and that's just somebody telling you, okay, this is your debt, and this is how much you make, and oh yeah, you could probably qualify. What we do at Tennessee Valley is we pre-approve you. We take your credit, we get your income, we do everything that we would do as if you had a house in mind already. So you would come to us before you go to a realtor. Come to us, let us do a pre-approval, see what you can qualify for, tell you how much you can get a loan for, and work with you to see if that's going to fit within your budget. When we get there, we actually give you a letter that you can take to the realtor that says, this is how much they qualify for, and they can buy a house for this much. Pre-approval strengthens your buying power. And the realtors, that's what they really want to see. They want to know when you come to them that you are able to buy a house at that point. So, I've said several things about debt ratios so far. And your debt ratio, just to make it really simplistic, the easiest way I can say is, all it is your debt to your income. So debt divided by income. So I just gave you a little sample in here of understanding your debt ratios. Right now in the environment we're in, we have to keep your debt ratio within about 41 to 45% for you to be able to buy that house, handle that payment, and handle everything else that goes along with it. Your electric bill and your phone bill and your water bill, everything that goes along with it. Even though that's not counted in the debt ratio, you need to know that that's going to be a part of what you have to pay. So I just did a little simple example. If the home you want to buy, the loan amount is $100,000 for 30 years, and your income is about $3,200 a month, you would come up with the principal and interest and the taxes and insurance that you would pay on that house, and any other debt that you have, whether that's a car loan or a credit card debt, child support, alimony, anything like that, any of those other debts. Take those two and add them together and divide it by your income, and that's how you come up with what your debt ratio is. And as long as you're below that 45 or up to that 45%, you're in pretty good shape. Yes, sir. It is your gross income. That's what we use. So, same thing. If you receive child support, that's another one we can use as income. Now things are a little different than it was about 3 years ago, let's say. debt ratios, we were seeing debt ratios at 55% that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac were letting work because they were trying to get everybody in a house. Well, sometimes you have to work up to that. And they've kind of pulled back a little bit to make it make more sense. So it is your gross income. We can use several different incomes too. So just kind of keep that in mind, and you can, when you go to C&E and do a training class with them, go through their orientation, they can help you to see what your debt ratio would be. Okay. I don't want to drop my papers here, so if I make a mess, y'all tell me, okay? All right. You're going to go to Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union, I hope, for your pre-approval. And any credit union branch has a loan officer in it. We have 14 branches. And every branch we have has a loan officer that is a professional that can take a loan application from you. And when they get the application, it comes down to the real estate department. I'm the manager of the real estate department. And it comes down to our processors, and they work the file, and they call you and get everything that we need. We gather the information from you, copy of your pay stubs and things like that. There's also in that little yellow folder that you were handed, there's a little list of the things that you need to bring with you when you go to make application. And it's very simple to gather those things up. What I would do is hold on to that little list and hold on to that envelope and put those things in it when you're ready to come. Just bring it along with you and you'll have everything that you need. That list is a list that I've carried with me from different places where I work. I've been at the credit union for almost 12 years. But I've used that same list for years and years and years because that information does not change. It has been that same thing forever that we need. We need to know what you make, and we need to know where you work, and different things like that. So it's always been the same. The next thing you want to do after you have that pre-approval letter in your hand, you know what kind of loan you're going to get, you know how much your payment is going to be, and everything. The next thing you're going to do is find a realtor. Ask your friends, ask your relatives, ask people at church. Call Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union. We can give you some names of realtors to go to, and I have two of my friends here with me, and I say they're friends, they're also colleagues. I've worked with Kay Ivy on several loans, and I know if I call Kay and I say, Kay, I've got a little couple looking for a house, she will exhaust herself to find the right house for you. That's the kind of realtor she is. Glenn Chambers works with me on a lot of houses that I have. They're first-time home buyers, and they're very special needs people too that he works with me on. Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union has been honored to be given a grant from the Federal Home Loan Bank that we can work with special needs people that have mental or physical disabilities. And we're able to give them a $50,000 grant to purchase a home. It's a down payment that they have to use that as a down payment, and we give them a small loan in order to use that money. But they don't have to pay it back. Yes, sir?
Is that the special needs person purchasing the house, or is that special needs man?
It will be the person that's getting the loan. There are products out there too. There are also programs with Federal Home Loan Bank that they do have grants and things for special needs people that live in the home that can help to get into the home, as well as if you have an existing home to help you to make it more handicap accessible. So there's several things that we're able to do for grants and down payment assistance and everything. But whenever I call Glenn, I know that Glenn will work his hardest to find what I need to find. I had a member the other day, and I just want to share this with you. This little lady has been homeless in the past, and she has worked with the AIM Center. We're also partners with them. And she has worked with the AIM Center in order to get her life back on track, get where she's renting now, and she's to a place where she needs her own home. And I called Glenn because I couldn't get her qualified for as much as I thought I would be able to, because she is on disability and she has a small income. And I called Glenn and said, Glenn, I need to see if you can find me a house for this lady in the $85,000 to $87,000 range. I was worried that he would not be able to. But I shouldn't have worried, because Glenn was not only able to find one for her to look at, he found about 4 for her to look at. So I gave him a problem and he helped me solve it. So he is just a loving and caring man. He likes what he does and enjoys his job. And he would be great to work with you. But find a realtor that you know and trust, because the right realtor that you are working with will work with you and for you for the largest purchase that you will ever make in your life. And it'll change it from being either a wonderful experience, it'll change that scary experience into a wonderful one. Just having the right realtor. At this point, when you've been pre-approved, that realtor has helped you to find that house that you know is perfect. They will help you to write the offer, to make an offer on that home. You won't be on your own to know how to take care of a contract. The realtor will be there with you the entire time. They'll go with you to look at the houses. They go with you to the closing. They're beside you the whole way. The same as the loan officer is. The credit union will be there with you the whole way. So you make an offer and you get a contract. The next thing is get a home inspection. I know a lot of times people are not told this. This is not an important step sometimes. But that home inspector can let you know if there are any problems with the house before you get in it. So it's not something that's required in most cases by the lender, but it is something that's very helpful to you to be sure that everything is okay. And an inspection is different from an appraisal. The inspector actually looks at everything under the house and in the attic and everything. They want to know that the water and the power works and the heating and air conditioning works like it ought to. And they'll take care of you with that.